Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. For far too long in British Columbia, our K-12 public schools have been operating on a scarcity model. BC school districts are forced to make difficult budget decisions. Programs are being cut due to insufficient resources, and teachers are feeling burned out due to staff shortages. We must recognize the fundamental value of an excellent public education system. Through you, Honourable Speaker, to the Minister of Education, BC Schools Trustees Association and the BC Teachers Federation have expressed that the current operational funding is not sufficient to meet the needs of educators and students. Will there be a historic investment in next year's budget for our public education system?
Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to thank the member for the question. Our government takes education, it is our key priority, and I completely agree with you. The work that the teachers do every day in their classrooms, it is just, we are so thankful for that. But I also want to let the member know, Mr. Speaker, that education is a priority for us, and that's why if you look at the budget, this year's budget was the highest ever for the education, whether it is for the new schools, new programs, and also the first time ever in the history of British Columbia, Mr. Speaker, a school meals program, Feeding Futures program, that is to make not just our education system stronger, but like what the teachers are doing, helping them in their work as well.
Leader of the third party, supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and thank you to the Minister for her answer. I think that the challenge we have is because for so long the system has been operating in a scarcity model, that the standard inflationary and per student funding lifts that come automatically are not enough to address the deficits of funding for the public education system for decades. We need a real commitment to ensure we're investing properly to meet children's needs, including children with special needs. Many children with learning disabilities, such as dyslexia, are unable to get the assessments or supports that they need in public schools because the resources are simply not there. We know that early intervention makes an enormous difference for these children for the rest of their lives, and many parents are paying out of pocket for assessments and necessary supports for their children, trying to ensure that those needs are being met. Through you, Honourable Speaker, to the Minister of Education, what does this government have to say to the parents who are spending tens of thousands of dollars just to get their children's needs met?
Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I completely agree with the member that every child coming to the BC school system should be getting the services that they deserve, and they need to have a full and healthy life in our schools. Mr. Speaker, in this year only that we have invested over $800 million to support inclusive education for students with diverse abilities, with disabilities. This is a commitment. I know that, as I said, that every child should be able to reach their full potential. At the same time, we are aware of the gaps that are there, and that's why my ministry, myself, we are having conversations with our stakeholders and looking out like how we can make sure that every child reaches their full potential.